Yo, what's cracking everybody and welcome back. Hey, look, today is something completely different to what we're used to doing. So usually I'll jump on here on a weekly basis and start teaching you guys a few tricks. However, today something completely different. So a few weeks ago I put up a community tab poll and I asked you guys directly what you wanted to see on the channel. And there were three options. There were what's inside my close-up case, how much money do I earn on YouTube, or do you want to see puzzles? And I think the majority of you were more interested in how much money I make and what's inside my close-up case. So I thought today what we'll do is we'll actually dive into my close-up case. I'll show you exactly what I perform at my events. Now, a quick little disclaimer. I'm not going to reveal any of the tricks that you're about to see that are inside my case. And the reason being is this is my job. So I will show you exactly what I perform, how I perform it, and also how I set everything up in the order that I do the tricks. And the reason I'm not going to teach you how I do them is because if one of my clients stumble upon this video, well then they see everything. So what we're going to do, we're going to dive into the close-up case, but first, just a little bit of a background about me. So I've been lucky enough to be a magician for the last 18 years, and for the last 10 of those I've been able to do magic full time. This is all I've ever wanted to do. It's kind of a dream of mine to perform magic, and I've been lucky enough to perform all over the world. I've been lucky enough to meet some incredible people along the way, and it's brought me so much satisfaction and a great lifestyle. And honestly, I just really genuinely, I really love what I do. I still remember one of the first events that I ever did. So I was probably about 18 years old and it was my first paying gig. And I think I got equivalent to 20 US dollars for it. And I looked like a child. I had the worst dress sense. And the tricks that I was doing at the time weren't that great. And it was a kids show. So I started off doing kids events and then I slowly, progressively got into doing corporate work. So what I want to show you is the tricks that I take with me everywhere I go. And the tricks you're about to see, I've literally been doing them my entire career. And it's very rare that I'll add something new because the reactions are always new. And so I felt if something's not broke, don't change it. So without any further ado, let's take a quick dive into my close-up case. Alright, so let's dive straight into my close-up case. Now, this is it right here. I'll show you what it looks like inside at the end and actually how I constructed this. So this wasn't purchased from a magic shop. I bought little bits from Amazon and I literally just made my own. So before we get into the actual case itself, let me show you the trick that I start off with for my performances, and it is this one right here. Now this is stand-up Monte. Now I saw this routine years and years ago and it never really interested me. So gambling routines, they're all fun, but at a close-up environment I never really wanted to get into the old riffle shuffles and all that crazy stuff. But as soon as I saw this, I thought I definitely have to do it, and I've got a short if you do want to watch how I do it. But probably about 2 years ago or a year ago, I think it's about 2 years ago, I saw a guy on YouTube and he's got a really fun street magic channel. His name is, let me just quickly look it up. Got it here. JS Magic. That's the guy. So I seen him do it and I just thought straight away, I've got to learn that. And he's got a really cool technique on how he performs it. So if you haven't seen Stand Up Monte before, I actually leave a link on one of his videos. I hope he doesn't mind, to where he actually performs this, and he does an incredible job with it. And I've been able to develop my own style of doing it, and it packs a massive punch. And the reason I start with this is it kind of disarms everybody. And so I have it as kind of a game. And so I say, look, we're going to play a game. It's just a lot of fun, and basically however you guys react to this routine will determine everything else I do. So it gets a bit of a, I guess, a game feel to what I'm doing. And that's the first routine that I usually start with. I'm not going to perform it. I'll leave a link to JS Magic, who does a really good job at it. But I have a really cool style of doing this as well. So this is the first trick that I do, which is stand up Monte. Now, the next routine that I generally go into is, and this might surprise you actually, because a lot of people leave it till kind of last. But the next thing that I actually go into is my ambitious card routine. And you're probably wondering, well, why would you go straight into that? And the reason being is, as much as it is one of the strongest routines that I do, it's not the strongest. And you'll see why in a minute. And it's just a personal preference. So I do have a routine that I think is a perfect way to end. But yeah, I'll do my stand-up Monte and then I'll go straight into an ambitious card routine. And as a little treat, I will show you my entire ambitious card routine, bar one part. So check this out. Alright, so this is my ambitious card routine. So I'm going to sign a card and it's going to say subscribe. Alright, if you can do that, that'll be fantastic. Alright, so here's what I typically do. I have somebody sign a card, as you do with all your ambitious card routines. Now, I have to shake this a bit more because this Sharpie can get quite wet. So basically, I have somebody sign a card and then I will place it somewhere in the middle. So look, it's not on the top, and just get them to snap their fingers. And then you pull off this little sneaky move. You pop it back in the middle and then you snap again. It should come back every single time. Now keep your eye on the subscribe button, because if you give it a wave, it should completely vanish. And if you watch the 7, you give it a little rub and it will slowly come back. Watch. Comes all the way back. Now I'll do that one more time for you, but this time it's going to be a little bit different. I'll place your card towards the middle, but this time I'm going to snap, and watch what happens when I snap. I just do this and your card jumps all the way out back to the top, but it somehow jumps into my hand. Now I'll place your card all the way out like this and push it all the way in for me. And actually I'll let you push that all the way in, and once they do that, they look at me and the card comes to my mouth. As you know, that is the card to mouth routine. And then what I'll do is say, look, I'll place the card in this way just to make it a little bit more fair. And if you look, you can actually see your card come right back to the top. Now the next move is going to kind of look like a camera trick as you see it changes. And then they hold their hand out and they take the 4 of diamonds and they put the other hand on top, and it turns in to their card. And then the next part I'm actually going to explain to you, because I can't do it right now, and I'll show you how I end my ambitious card routine. So that's my ambitious card routine, and I've been doing those exact moves for literally the start of my career, when I first really got serious into magic, and I just won't change it. It's not broken, don't change. And it always gets an incredible reaction, because I mean, who doesn't love an ambitious card routine? The one part I didn't show you is the actual finale of what I do. So here's the other part to my ambitious card routine, is I actually use this. So if you don't know what this is a Joel wallet, and basically their signed card will end up inside the zipper compartment of the wallet, which is right here, and inside there you will find their card is actually sealed inside this envelope. So that is the absolute finale to my ambitious card routine. And as soon as I pull this out, for example, as soon as I pull this out, people immediately know what's going to happen. Is I say to them, look, I'll show you how this all works. So once I've done the final part to my ambitious card routine, I say, I'll show you how this works. I've actually got inside my wallet, and so I've actually got inside my wallet here some instructions, and I'll pull out the envelope, and that's when they start to think, no, there's no way. And their card ends up inside this sealed envelope right here. And it's just the ultimate kicker to my ambitious card routine. And so that is a Joel wallet. I'll actually leave a link in the description if you're interested in getting one of these. It's honestly, it's worth it. It's made of leather. It's perfect. You just, if you are into palming cards into wallets and stuff like that, highly recommend it. And these envelopes are called bonzalopes, and both of these props are from Prop Dog here in the UK. And so I'm going to leave a link in the description if you're interested. I get no commission for this, by the way. I just love Prop Dog's routines, tricks and props. And yeah, that's the Ambitious Card routine finale. We'll get on to the next one. Okay, so the next routine that I do is the back in time routine. Now, this is one of the strongest ones that I perform in my close-up set. And basically what happens is it uses an app called Timeline. And the way it works is a spectator can name any number between 1 and 9. And whatever number they choose, you actually show your phone, and I'll put it on camera here so you can see it. Say they choose the number 7. Your clock on your phone will go back in time 7 minutes. Not only that, but so will the spectators, and everyone else's phones will go back 7 minutes. Honestly, it freaks people out. You got to trust me on this. So the way I routine this whole thing is I have, before they pick a card, I get them to hold on to my wallet, and there's a rainbow card inside my wallet. Now, hopefully you can't see perfect. If you know what a rainbow card is, then you know exactly what's going on. So basically, they hold onto this wallet, and there's a rainbow card in here. They hold it like this. I take a photo on their phone of them holding my wallet, and then we just put the wallet away. And then I have a spectator choose a card, and I do the whole sloppy shuffle routine. And I explain to them that we're going to go back in time, etc., etc. And then someone chooses a number between 1 and 9, and the clocks go back to that exact number. So they choose 7, it goes back 7 minutes. Everyone else's phones go back 7 minutes. And then the kicker at the end is you say, now you probably don't believe that we went back in time, so we need evidence. And that's when I say, take out your phone, and this is their phone, and they literally just look at their photo on their phone, and their selected card is right here. Now, there are performances of this on YouTube, so if you want to go check it out. But yeah, their selection is on their phone, and it's mind-blowing. It's really, really fun. And so that is the routine that I go into next. So it's the back in time routine. So Timeline is the app. I believe it's on Android as well. I'm not sure. I use iPhone. You've got this. You can use any wallet. You don't have to use this wallet here, as long as you've got somewhere where you can put the rainbow card and just the standard pack of cards. And so that's the next routine I go into. Now, this is how I close my set. So from this point here, once I've done the back in time routine, I've probably spent about 5 to 8 minutes with my group. And I typically spend about 10 minutes per group, because I just want to give everyone the best experience that they possibly can. And this is how I end my set with the groups. And it's using a standard Rubik's Cube. So this is a speed cube. It just helps speed up the process a bit. No pun intended. It just helps a lot. And I also use this here. So I'm not going to reveal how any of this works. However, this is Inside Out by Pro Mystic. And I also use this. Now you're probably wondering, why have I got a green bag? Basically, this is actually an egg bag. And I found it is the perfect solution. And I didn't get this idea from anybody. I literally ran out of paper bags to do the solve inside the paper bag. And I had nothing else to use. But I did have this on me. And for the last couple of years, this is what I use for my Rubik's Cube. And it works perfect. It's the perfect size. And there's a really good reason for doing what I do, and I'll show you in a sec. I'm actually going to show you my Rubik's Cube routine. However, it's going to take a lot of convincing from you guys to make me want to teach you all of the moves that I'm about to show you. The reason being, I've made quite a name for myself with the Rubik's Cube, and it's my baby. I have spent hours and hours and hours of time perfecting my entire Rubik's Cube routine. So if you want to learn, you're going to have to leave a comment down below and tell me why I should teach you. because it's going to take a lot of arm pulling or leg pulling. So let me know, do you want to learn this? Obviously you haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to show you. And by the end of it, let me know, do you want to learn? So here's how I start my routine. I will ask the spectators, can you solve a Rubik's Cube? And they'll more than often say no, but there are sometimes people that can. And what I'll do is I'll hand this to a spectator and say, just check out this bag, make sure there's nothing in there. And they do, they have a look inside and there's nothing. And I say, look, all I'm going to do is leave this inside, just like that. And I want you to grab that corner right there. And this is usually on their hand. And they lift it up slowly. And of course the Rubik's Cube has gone back together. And that gets the first reaction. And then I pop this away. And I say to them, I tell you what, I'll do the exact same thing all over again, except this time I'm not going to do it in the bag. And so I'll mix it up like this. And I say, what I want you to do is look out for two colors. Look out for the blue and the green. And you'll notice that there is no blue on that side and there's no green on that side. And it's not going inside the bag. Just use your imagination and you'll see there's more blue and more green. And if I do this one color at a time, you'll notice that every single color goes back together as if it were real magic. And that right there gets a bigger reaction. It just gets better and better and better. So from there, what I do is I use this little cube right here. And I bring the bag back out just for this part here. So I don't actually do this for spectators, but because I don't have anyone to cover up the cube, we're going to use this. And so what I do from here is I have a spectator hold onto the cube and they put it on the palm of their hand. And if you look, it's just a tiny little, I don't know if you can see that there. If the camera's going to pick that up. There we go. It's just a tiny little cube and there is nothing inside it. And basically they can choose the color on the cube. Say if they want red, they just put the red on the top and cover it up, and then I'm not looking obviously, and then I can tell them exactly what it is. And I'll give you an example. So look, I'll literally mix it up under here like that. Perfect. Now I have no idea what that color is. I look at the spectator and then I can tell them exactly that it is yellow. And if you have a look, you'll see that they've chosen yellow. Now I get them to do it again. I do it a few times just to show them that, look, I might have these psychic powers or it's just luck. And then here's the fun part. Here's what I do. So I'm genuinely not going to look at the color. And so I'll mix it up here. And I'm being 100% serious. I have no idea what color is going to be on top. All right, so we go here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the big Rubik's Cube and I'm going to see if I can figure out what this is. And I do this behind my back. And I bring it out like this. And I say, look, now you're thinking of a color. It could be any color. And then I say, watch. I take my hand off. And they take their hand off their cube. And well, it just happens to be yellow again. And I say, can you see any yellow on the Rubik's Cube? And there's none there because it's right on the bottom. And that is a super fun routine. I absolutely love doing that. And it gets a really massive reaction. And then they think that's it. They think, wow, that is incredible. But that's not everything. So we do one more thing. And I actually just learned this not too long ago, actually, because it recently just came out. And so I'll do it one more time. And here's the other thing that I do with it. So I'll mix it up just like this. All right, so now they've got another color. I'll take the cube from them and then I'll do this and I'll go say, just look at me for a second. I think I know what it is. I'll mix this up one more time. And then I say to them, I just want you to focus on this side right here. As I shake the cube, you'll notice that one color starts to become more visible. If you watch, and then you go like this, and you say, is that the color you're thinking of? And of course it is, and it matches perfectly. So that is my Rubik's Cube routine, and it is my signature thing that I do when I'm meeting new people. And if you do want to learn everything that I've just shown you, I tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If this video, and I mean this, if this video gets, oh, what's the number? I tell you what, if this video gets 3,000 likes, now I know that's a lot, trust me, I get how many that is and how many views this video is going to need before I can reveal that. But if it does, if it gets 3,000 likes, I will do a tutorial on everything that I have just shown you. And that's my promise to you. Okay, so 3,000 likes, I will teach you everything step by step. It will be a long tutorial, but if you're into Rubik's Cube magic, this is something you really want to learn. So, get liking. Okay, so this is what it looks like inside my close-up case. Now, I feel a little bit strange because I feel kind of naked. The reason being is I've never ever shown anybody what is inside here or what this looks like. So I made this myself. Basically, I bought this case here and I bought it from Amazon, and it's got these foamy bits in it, and you just take the little foam parts out and you just create little compartments, which is what I've done. And so I typically have my standard decks here. So these ones here are all regular bicycles. I've got a few gaff decks there. Now I keep the Rubik's Cube there. I usually have some really nice cards on me. I never get anyone to sign them, so these are the Regalias by Shinlim, which are pretty cool. They look really nice. But what I do, I generally have some nice ones on me, so if I go to an event and there's like a dignitary or someone, I guess, I don't know, someone famous or whatever, which does happen quite a bit, I will bring out the bad boys, I bring out the good stuff. And so I've got my cube here, but you'll probably notice there are some compartments here with things missing. There's a good reason behind it. So, as I've said, this is what I do for work, and I'm not going to put on the internet everything. So these compartments here are empty because they are a certain thing that create a certain thing. Basically, I can't reveal what they are. It's just, I can't. They're too obvious as to what it will do, and there's basically a routine that I have where I read somebody's mind, and yeah, I can't go too much into it, but there's a reason why those are empty. And so I'll typically have some nice decks on me. I've got the Omni deck right there. I always have, in this little part down here, some spare playing cards if I want to use like a duplicate routine or something. I'll typically keep those in there. This one here, what's that one? Oh, that's the Holy Wood right there. What's this one? This one here is another Holy Wood. I won't go into that. And yeah, that's what it looks like anyway. And so obviously this here is the egg bag that I use for the Rubik's Cube. I keep it there because it makes a lot of noise. So the way I've constructed it is I've obviously purchased all this. So what's it standing on? Let me show you. So I'll just close it up and take this off. And so what I've done is I've actually drilled, this is a speaker stand, and so I've just drilled this into the bottom of the case, and it fits perfectly onto this here. And so this is also a speaker stand, and basically what you do is you just put this on there like that, and then you're just set to go. It's really practical, and it probably cost me about £90, which is equivalent to, I'd say, probably 110, 120 US dollars to put this together. And trust me, you know what magic props are like and how expensive they are. It saved me a lot of money just making my own. And I will leave some links in the description if you want to go out and make your own one. Trust me, it's worth it. And so that's what it's like in my close-up case. And I may regret showing you, I may not. But I hope this gives you a bit of an idea of how I set up my gigs. So that's what's inside my close-up case, and I hope it's given you a little bit of an insight into my style of performing, what kind of routines that I do, and also a little background into, I guess, my life. And I absolutely love being a magician, and I think I'll do it until the day I die. I know that's a bit deep, but I don't know when I'll ever stop doing it. I absolutely love it. It's brought me so much happiness and it's blessed me beyond what I could ever imagine. And so, if you want to learn the Rubik's Cube thingy as well, you've got to get this video to 3,000 likes. I know that's a lot, but that's how much these routines mean to me. And so, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, subscribe if you're new. It really does help out my channel a lot. And I really hope to see you guys next time. In the next video will be a tutorial, but I do promise you I will do a video on how much I earn on YouTube. And that's not a way of me boasting what I earn on YouTube. It's quite simply, when I got into doing this YouTube thing, I always wondered what it was like for somebody to get a viral video and how much they made off it. And so I promise you I am going to do one. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions about any of my routines, please leave them in the comments below. And please let me know which one of these routines was your favorite and which one you'd like to add into your repertoire. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye.